Hi, welcome. Things needed for this project: your tape measure, your fabric cutter, your chalk, and the fabric. This project, I work with the black fabric. Bear with me. What you do, just fold your fabric by two and make sure it's a stretchy part. You measure out 12 inches. At the end of the day, it's going to give you 24 inches. Measure 12 inches from the top to the bottom of this fabric and make sure you mark it out neatly. Yes, that's what you do. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. You can share this video with your families and friends, and leave a comment down below if you're going to be doing a project like this. This project is beautiful. Don't mind that I use a black fabric to make it, but you're going to love it at the end of the day. Cut out the base you want to use for it and mark out the length of the turban cap. So for me, I use 15 inches for the length. Yes, because I didn't want it to be that long, so I use 15 inches for the length. I use 24 inches for the width and 15 inches for the length. I know when you divide 24 by 2, it's going to give you 12 inches. So I'm cutting out the length to set out the base for the turban cap. Yes, so the next thing I went on doing was to mark out the band for the turban. You're going to have a band. The length of the band will be 4 inches, while the width of the band is going to be 24 inches, just like the base, so that it can get to the beginning of the band to the end of the band. So I'm going ahead and marking it all around to be able to cut it out properly. So please mark out your own to give you a straight line. Don't do a freehand cutting. Make sure you mark everything out properly. Yes, have you subscribed already? Have you liked the video already? Thank you for the show of the love. Thank you for the support all the way. I'm grateful and thankful. Yes, thank you. Go ahead and give it a cut out. Yes, the turban pieces that we need are already getting set. So stay with me and see how this turns out. I'll go ahead and cut the turnover. What I'm going to use to turn the band, it is like a base of the turning. So I mark 4 inches width and the 4 inches length. So that's what I'm going ahead to cut. Yes, I also go ahead and cut some other pieces that I did not include in this video, but at the end of the day we're going to see it. It's what I used to create a bow. I have done that project before. What remained out of that project, that's what I'm going to use to do that. So you'll see it at the end of the video. When we get there, we'll explain better. So this is the band, and this is the base. So I'll go ahead and place it properly at the edge where it's supposed to be. So from the beginning to the end, you can see that I'm aligning it properly. You can go ahead, sew it with your hand with needle and thread, or use with your machine to sew it. Now I'm done sewing it, and this is what it looks like. So I will go ahead. Went ahead and giving it a press, and it's lying down properly. So I'll fold it right side to right side, knitting, leaving it very neatly folded. So I will sew to this point and I will sew to the other point. Yes, I'll go and use my sewing machine and sew from here to the end and then to the other point, and leaving a 1.25 inch opening at that point. Yes, I will go ahead and sew it, and I have already left 1.25 yes opening at that edge to enable me pass my band. So I will go ahead and pass my needle in thread in needle pardon me. I folded it by 4 to enable it to secure it very well without it pulling out. I will sew from the band area to that angle, then I will stop. I will sew from the band area to the angle, then I will stop. So this is me going ahead with the needle, creating a pleat, at the same time a gather pleat that I would enable me to pull it. So it's a loose stitch I'm doing with the needle. So you do that till you get to the end, then you pull it properly, very firm. It must not be loose, very firmly. Then you decide to turn it. I'll go over again, use your needle and go over the folded pleats over and over again to give it a proper securing. Then you go ahead and lock it up. After locking it up, cut off the remaining thread, then turn it inside out. Turn it inside out. You will see the result that it will give you at the end of the day. Yes, after doing this, go ahead and take your band and you sew this band by 2 like so. Give it a press out, then bring it. Yes, this is what I was telling you. This is the bow effect I want the band to have, and then these are pieces I cut out from a project I did earlier. Then I'm just going to sew this by 2. One is smaller than one, but they have the same length, but in width one is smaller than one. So I'll place the one smaller at the middle of the big one, then I will pin it down to secure it. Then I will run a temporary stitch at the edge, at the very edge of the pieces, to give it a loose seam. I'll give it a loose seam, then to be able to enable me gather it all together. So this is me going on stitching it down, and the process creating a loose stitch on it. This loose stitch will enable me gather it all together. So watch me as I do that. That's what I'm going to do till I get to the end of the piece. Yes, have you subscribed already? Have you liked my video already? Thank you if you have done so. Thank you. If you're a new subscriber, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. You can give the video a thumbs up. Yes, so I'm done. I'm going over what I've sewn to secure it down properly. So I'm securing it down neatly. Yes, then I will pull it very firmly so that it doesn't shift or lose out. Then I'll go on and lock it properly. I think I locked it 3 times or so. Then I'm done. I pick my turban base and try to create get the middle point. Yes, because this will sit right in front of the turban at the band area. So I will I will chalk it down to indicate that this is the center front. Yes, then when I'm done, I'm going to place it down properly to balance, so I can place the ruffle on it. So this is me putting the bow, and the bow is sitting right in front at the band area, Then I will sew it down with my needle and thread to secure it so that it will not be shifting around. Please make sure you position it well in such a way that it wouldn't shift. So this is what I'm going on, sewing it in and out on the band base, on the base band, the band of the base. Yes, so I will go on and give it a lock it down to secure it properly. Then I will also go over, adjust it properly, place it well, then try to create, yes, from that part I left open. Yes, I'll put my hand there, then try to create a pleat with my hand until I get to that part that is open. Please make sure you pleat this thing properly. Then fold your band that you already crossover that you already sewn and turned out, giving it a press. Then you place it out from that small hole. You pass it to where, like so, what I'm doing. Make sure you pass it out properly and let it cross that bow that you sewed down. Then after you are done passing it, position it properly. Then you use your needle and thread to sew it down. Make sure you position it properly and let it pass through the point where you sewed that bow effect. Yes, because that's what will cover their part that is rough. It will cover it properly for you neatly. So I'll go ahead and secure it with needle, making it to be very firm. You know that place is thick, so that it will give you the ruffle effect at the end of the day. So that's what I'm going ahead to do to secure it down neatly and properly. So you watch me as I go on to do that. So I'm done sewing it. I want to turn it over making the part that was sewn to go inside and the part that is sealed out to come outside, so that it will cover up the whole rough edges. So I'm done pulling it in and adjusting it properly. So this is what it looks like. The turban cap is ready to rock.